Well, here it is. I'm going to talk about my ayahuasca experience. And I'm going to try to make it fast and short and sweet. I don't want to bore nobody out. Ayahuasca. I'm going to put a link in after this video. So if anybody have questions of what ayahuasca is, it's not that you're going to get high. It's for medical purposes. Some people who have drug problems, or some people who feel that they need to cleanse themselves from inside and out of traumatic events. It's a cleansing. It's not something you're going to get high and party and have sex or nothing like that. It's nowhere close to that. It's kind of like acid, LSD, mushrooms, all in one, but it's something totally different. Because why it's totally different? Because it's a very ancient plant. Matter of fact, it's two plants that they put together and they married as one. And in the DMT and whatnot that you already have in your body, it enhances that. Well, it was a great experience for me. It took me basically 4 shots, but I didn't start experiencing it until probably like the second, third shot is when I started doing my little trip. And I don't want to say trip, but when I started noticing that how much potential that we have as a human being, how everything is in sync, and your perception changes. It's kind of like this: your eyes are closed, but you see everything. You hear everything. You can hear conversations outside. You can hear conversations in different rooms. And you hear all these conversations, but everybody pretty much is talking about the same thing. Like you can relate. And I embraced the moment. And everybody was going through their different phases. And one thing about ayahuasca, everybody's experience is different. My experience was I was in a meditative state pretty much the whole time. And that's one thing about ayahuasca. Always you have to keep your back straight, because your back is the antenna to the cosmos, or to the universe. Okay? And in my moments, I went through different phases, but they were all positive. Okay? Until the end. Until the end, man, I went through a completely positive phase except one time. But the thing is, everything is like around you is chaotic. Everybody is going through their different moments. And you might have somebody over there crying. You might have a person over here screaming. You might have somebody over here happy, joyful. You might have somebody like me just pretty much meditating the whole time. And I had to go to the shaman and say, yo, I might need another boost. So, the moments that you go through, the clarity of your reality becomes more clear. Everything is like double HD. When you look at yourself, you realize that this is just a meat suit. Like your skin, your body, it looks like a suit. And you realize that the energy that's resonating off of you and the energy that you see within your body, you see all kinds of stuff. You realize that, man, I'm just a light being, and that everything's connected. The conversations that we had, and the things that you hear everybody's talking about, and you might say something that is an answer to what everybody is saying. You know what everybody is saying, but you don't know. And that is the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? That is the beauty of it. And it's kind of hard to explain, man, how deep this is. And there was moments, and you got the music playing, you got the shaman, and you go through different moments of thoughts, and sometimes you might get sunk into a deep abyss, and it's within you. And sometimes it feel like your body your spirit been pulled out your body, and you realize that this being, or what people call God, or whatever you want to call it, it is speaking to you the whole time. And what I got out of it, and then what everybody gets something out of each ceremony. Everybody gets something different. I got out of it that I'm a warrior, and that I am a fighter, and that I have intuition beyond measure. And my intuition was shown to me of my past situations that I've been in, and how every time I'm able to embrace a storm, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a storm going on. It was a storm going on. Everybody was doing their thing, but the whole time all I was getting was telling me to embrace the moment. Never worry about yesterday and never worry about tomorrow. The same thing I'm always talking about. It was just telling me to embrace the moment. And you feel the love of this entity, what people could call ayahuasca. No, I didn't see ayahuasca. Some people say they see ayahuasca, and they describe her as being a black goddess. Her tongue is out, or different things. Some people see things. Some people hallucinate. My hallucination was, I posted a while ago, like I seen a grid off like on Matrix when Neo realized that he was the one. And I had that moment, and I was like, man, I am more than just this meat suit, man. I am more, and everything is connected. Everything. Meeting people and having the conversations we had, everything was in tune. Me being philosophical like I am, I had one guy, we exchanged numbers. He said, man, you brought some changes just by the conversation, and how he's connected to my son, man. It's so many things that are connected on so many levels. And like I say, being able to hear things and just hear everything in sync. It's not a babble. It's like hearing different words, but it's the completeness of the words. And how I would pop up and I would say something, everybody would laugh because it just went with what everybody was talking about. I mean, it's amazing. And like I said, man, we live in a Western world, and when you tell people you're going to do something like this, they automatically get that oh man, you there's something wrong with you. And what you need to understand, that beyond this physical plane of existence, and through a lot of religious beliefs, man, y'all don't know what you're missing. So, and I'm finna share the bad part about it. I embraced myself the whole time, and this entity or this higher self was telling me, just embrace, stay in the moment, breathe. And that's one thing that I had to realize in the storm. I had to stay in the moment, and I maintained it until after that fourth shot, about 6 a.m. in the morning, 6:30, man. This is when the purge came. This is when the anxiety came. Okay. I went into the restroom, and this TMI, man, and I let it all out, man. I let it out. And the shaman's job is to control your purge. Make sure control your experience or whatever you're going through. Whatever traumatic events that you have. And one more thing I want to share is that I cried, but I didn't sob cry. I cried far as tears just started rolling down my eyes, because there was a Martin Luther King skit playing, and Whitney Houston, what's the song? Greatest Love of All. And if you listen to the lyrics, the greatest love of all, man, is found inside of you. It is found inside of you, man. And this is something that you realize, that everything is within you. And it was a moment when Martin Luther King started playing, and it's like I went into this moment where I was with a bunch of people, and we was in slavery days, and I was just mad. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers don't want to do nothing, man. Y'all want to just stay with master, man. Let's go. And tears just started rolling down my eyes, and that's when I got this voice that keep trying to liberate your people. Liberate your people, man, no matter what. Liberate your people. And I got kind of sad that it is so hard to liberate your people, because they are so caught up in this bullshit reality, not knowing that there is so much in the spirit world. There's so many opportunities. And the thing is, one thing you also notice when you having this dream effect, everything is moving fast. You are actually seeing people going into multiple doorways. And that's showing you that there are multiple possibilities that one can choose by just the thought. You know what I'm saying? And you might see this person over here, and you might see that person over there again. And that's how everything is moving, but it's a slow motion, but it's a fast motion. And you're faced with darkness and light. You're faced with happiness and sadness. And that is the perfection of it. You see everybody and you know what they're going through. You feel what they're going through. Even when you're not looking, you see it all. And that's the thing that I was telling the shaman. I was like, man, like, I can see everybody, but I'm not looking at them. So about 6 a.m. came this morning. I got up and ran to the restroom, and as I threw up, I threw in the toilet, I threw up in the sink. And one thing about it, the shaman and his wife came to me and they embraced me, and they took care of me. And it came a moment, I got scared for a second, because it might have been my ego telling me that, yeah, everybody's around here throwing up, you ain't did nothing yet. You know, you so divine, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing happened to you, maybe because you meditate too much, I don't know. And he told me, man, he said, yeah, I knew I had to give you a bunch of shots. Because the whole time I was just over there posted up, meditating, you know, going through, finding my trips or whatnot. And I got scared for a second, and I started breathing real hard. And I kept apologizing to the shaman that, you know, I'm sorry that I messed up your restroom. He said, man, I apologize for messing up your restroom. He said, man, don't apologize. And I got up and I took these giant steps, man. I took these giant steps because I was losing control. And boom, I hit the ground. Everybody came to me, they said, you okay? I said, yeah, man. I said, I just need to grab this pillow and I just need to breathe and just embrace the moment. And that's what I did. And the one thing I come to realize that I already knew, everything's connected. And I have to get out of the fear of my potentials. And that's the thing. We have been constructed with all these fears, and it's blocking our potential. Whether that is clairvoyance, intuition, whether it is, you know, being able to have the effect on someone by your energy, you know, whether it is you being a light in the darkness. We have all these potentials that are dormant within our minds, and it starts within. And that's what ayahuasca is. You know, it's going to help you see things and realize who you are. I might have been all over the place and I might have missed something, but I wanted to share my experience, and it was the most beautiful experience. And if you can get past the purge part, I don't see how they did that 3 days in a row, man. Like, look, it's going to be a while before I do it again, because that purge kicked my ass at the end. But, man, I hope I made some sense. Peace. I love y'all. That was my ayahuasca experience, and it was beautiful, and I love it. And I got so much clarity. And one thing that I need to know, that I got to keep fighting, and that I have to keep using my intuition, you know, with positive intents. Peace.